Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today, I have a 7v7 custom match here on the most amazing Novax map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. But before I do that, I am so happy I'm using a mouse and not an Xbox controller, so it's going to be a lot easier to move around the map and a little bit more into that muscle memory, of course. So thank goodness I'm home and I have a mouse and I no longer have to deal with the, not torture, but just the annoyance of an Xbox controller. Starting off with Team 1 southwestern side, ending with Team 2 in the northeastern side. We have Team 1's northernmost player to introduce here. It is Buttons. He is in Light Oak 10. He is a 1600. In Barbie Pink, I would expect to see Psychoad, but it is not. It is Bro B, so maybe he took it before Psychoad joined the lobby. He is a Cybern. He is a 1200. To his east is the Pac-Man yellow player of Citrus 984. Yeah, I guess lemon is citrus. I would consider maybe more orangey color to be, of course, citrus. But anyway, he is an 1800. To his south, we have in Tropical Ocean Blue Thurnis Haley as a UEF. He is also an 1800. Going to the east here, we have in Batman Gray Active Backlash as a UEF as a 1600. And next door to him, we have in Stitch Blue, it is Will-O-Wisp. He is a Cybern. He is a 2200, the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. And rounding out Team 1's backline, we have in Orange to Color Orange, pretty much blending in with this environment. It is Velarone. He is a Cybern as a 1600. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have at least one of each of the factions. They only have one Aeon, but they do have 3 Cyberns, 2 UEF, and 1 Seraphim, so not lacking any factions. Starting off with Team 2 southern player, and then working our way northward, we have in lightest red pink, it is Psychoad. He is a UEF as an 1800. In Chevy Crimson to his north is the little guy as a UEF. He is a 1200. And Ruby Red to his west is another UEF. It is X-Bar. He is a 1900. And to his north in Regal Purple is Mui. He is the one and only Seraphim on Team 2. He is a 2000 rated player. To his west, we have in Amethyst Purple, he is the Tactical Build Nuke player of Ferv. He is a 1500. In Imperial Gray to his north is the UEF player of Yoji. He is a 2100 rated player. He is the highest rated player on Team 2. And rounding out Team 2's lineup is Strider. He is a UEF. He is in Snow White as a 1400. And there are 6 UEF players on Team 2 with one lonely little Seraphim of Mui. So no Cyberns, no Aeons, but a heck of a lot of UEF, which means Fat Boys, which means Percy's, which means maybe Neptune's in the water if that ends up happening. Means Billy Nukes. I expect obviously at least Ferv to go for Billy Nuke, but maybe at least one other player on Team 2 to go for it. On the map so far in the reclaim, currently sitting at not a lot of mass. 6,500 for 14 players is what, 400 mass maybe? Not a whole lot. The mechs count is decently high though. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 quad mechs positions for, actually 5 quad mechs positions here for Team 1 on the front line to scoop up, as well as a Trimex on the southeastern side. I mean, technically that would be on Team 2's side. It probably will go to Team 2, but it's Southern Land Team 1, Northern Land Team 2, and kind of call it. There are a couple of one-off mixes in the middle to back line-ish for players to grab, but most of the more expansionary mass is going to be along the main line. There's one, technically 2, but 1 avenue of attack down to the middle for land. So I expect to see a lot of hover, which Team 1 will be a little bit more well-equipped. They have an Aeon. They have 1 Seraphim as well. So they have a little bit more than Team 2 has. They only have 1 player that has hover tech at Team 1. There's a lot of mass being sent to everybody on Team 1. Just trying to share the wealth as it would be. We do see some movement from some comms. We do see the middle players for both teams have kind of taken their customary positions in the eastern and western side. No real actual attacks yet. It's only about 5 minutes on the clock. We see a transport, nice little ghetto gunship online for Yoji, taking out a couple of those expansionary engineers. We even see Bro B coming in to assist as well. Apologies if I said his name, Bro Burry. That is, of course, a habit of mine to do. I'm trying to correct my, not grammar, but my mouth and just saying bro B. So if it ends up saying brobery, that's who I'm talking about. T2 started here for active backlash in the south. Psychoed has traversed the water and is starting to claim the southeastern corner, locking out Team 1 of a Quadmex and a Trimex position. We do have another ghetto gunship here for Team 1. It is Velarone running around with a couple of hunters. Maybe he'll get a couple of mexes killed off, but nothing too system critical. Naval facility online for Psychoed, so Team 2 is dipping their toes in the Navy just a little bit, just a smidge. And again, Cyberns would definitely be a little bit more beneficial, especially with their land crawling nonsense of the Salem's. Gun almost done and is done for Bro B in the west. Looks like he's going to traverse and go to the north. It looks like Buttons did grab those mexes to the north, but they have now been eliminated. There's also a T1 naval facility online for some players on the northwestern side of the map. We do see Ferv over here with a nice little Team 1 facility. That will probably be denied. There's another backup one up here as well. That probably won't be denied, but at least that one, it's going to be close, but I do think it is going to get killed off. T2 started here for Moy in the middle, and looks like Psychoed has fallen a little bit back to a better defensive position. He can easily drop into the water just in case he gets overwhelmed in that quad mix position. Will go to Team 1. Again, it was denied for a little bit, so a little bit of mass not being scooped up in the Team 1's coffers, but at least at a minimum in their eyes, they at least have it for the foreseeable future. I don't think we've had some com-on-com action as of yet, but looks like we will. Will-O-Wisp versus the little guy. T2PD online here for Willow. Another one online. The little guy, as much as he has that 2,000 hit point advantage, kind of getting ripped away by those tickle cannons. Again, some damage is better than none. It looks like Willow is just going to follow him. He has T2 Engineering Suite on board, so actually there is no hit point advantage in that scheme. It's just the Bear Cybern Com that would be the hit point advantage. And that Tiger Shark, I forget they can actually emerge from the water. I hardly ever see them do that. So those tickle cannons actually can target that sub. I was very confused that he was essentially ground firing that thing, but nope, that has been emerged from the surface. Submersible says the little tag or whatever on the southwestern side of the screen there. Third Stanley moving in, almost kills off a Riptide. Team 2, and of course Team 1 getting into the T2 tech, getting that more mainline hover tech running around. Of course Team 1 has a little bit more access to that, but Team 2 of course does have Moi, so they have some sort of hover, at least at the Team 1 stage. T2 of course they have a little bit more into the Yenzine and the Flak, which we see Citrus use pretty well, moving in to help secure the middle of the map. Again, I don't expect that much, at least as of right now, via land in this map, partially due to the kind of confined land incursion spots. There are, of course, transports that can easily move units across the map, but large armies, very difficult to transport great distances. You could probably set up a rally point, here, essentially stack up forces and just kind of constantly drop them off, at least the ones that can't go in the waters, to get units on that side of the map, which maybe we'll see that happen. We do see Willow pushing in with that Cybercom with torpedo upgrade on board. He's facing the wrong way. There we go. Torpedoes have enough mobility to be able to get around that nice little sandbank. Destroyer online. I don't know if it'll last that long. We do see some Coopers now being deployed by Psychoed, trying to deny the comm of Willow. We do see Willow is underneath the emplacement, going for some captures. Yeah, going for some captures. Love to see it. So those Team 1 torp launchers are actually going to get denied immediately by Psychoed, but those are the ones that he built. Destroyer almost about 50%. Willow is about 70, dropping to 60-something% hit points. No comm deaths as of yet. I kind of expect that to just be the case for now, just because, again, land is usually where we have early deaths, and there's not really a lot of land incursion with comms or engagements at all. We do see a nice little group of, not a little group, but one Riptide over here going after some engineers. There are some Riptides chasing those down. A couple of mexes were taken out. Nothing too critical, but, you know, something was killed off. We do see Willow, of course, still trying to deal with this naval base for Psychoad, and Psychoad actually saying, get out, right there in chat. He's like, move, go away, get out of here. And Willow's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. And the facility is dead. He's going to reclaim. Oh, is he going to reclaim it, or is he going to leave? There are some T1 torp launchers over here. Transport will pick him up. Very dangerous to do. There's a lot of interceptors. Willow, no, there he goes. Ooh. Yeah, not the best idea. Team 1 suffers the first loss in the game. It is their highest rated player, not only just on their team, but in the game overall. That's such a way to go. Oh, I mean, there was so many long-range oh, no. No, does he have tactical Billy Nuke? Hold on. No, okay. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I thought he had it. Missile done for Yoji. We see some missiles also outbound from Thurnis. So there are a lot of UEF in this game. Obviously, most of them on Team 2, but there are 2 of them for Team 1 running around. T2 coming online for Citrus's comm. Here comes Ferv with some missiles. It's going to be missiles back and forth for a while. Yoji's done as well with his missiles. So we have 2 players on Team 2 who are UEF that also have it. The tactical missile upgrade. The T2 land headquarters is going to get denied. Oh, no! It doesn't. It goes after the mechs, not after the facility. Ooh, that. Oh, no. It'll go down. Yep, there it goes. I was going to say there's another missile inbound. And there it goes. So Buttons loses his tech. That's going to hurt. He does have a T2 air facility nearby, though, so that will at least allow him to get some engineers on the field. T2 Navy online for Thurnis, taking over for Willow's old base. Going to give him a nice little boost in hit points. Team 2 still in Navy, but I don't think they'll be in Navy for long. Missiles raining over, going after mexes for Psychoad. And TMD is just going to be built everywhere. Doesn't matter where it is. Doesn't matter if it's 1 mex or 2 mexes or 4 mexes. TMD is going to be built because missiles are going to be flying all over the place. First major engagement in the middle happening between Mori's forces and Citrus's. Looks like the numbers do favor Team 1. And they are both Seraphim v Seraphim, so no faction advantages one way or the other. We have a couple of Riptides facing off. A couple of Pillars dropped off, not dropped off, but ran over here by the little guy. We have Psycho, no upgrades on board the comm, but should be enough to defend him, and if he needs to, he can fall into the water if need be. Looks like it's pretty much going Team 1's way for now in the south. Kind of hard to tell in the north. The land facility being knocked out, that's going to hurt. And Buttons is going to be feeling that for a little bit. A couple of gunships getting immediately wiped out by some interceptors and nearby ASFs now online for Strider. Team 1 also has T3 air, and it looks like T3 air might be coming online for Thurnis. But at least 1 air player for Team 1. I mean, 7v7, you got to think of at least 2, if not 3. If land is kind of just debunked for the most part. I mean, hover is going to be important and whatnot, but for the most part, it's kind of just a little bit of Navy and mainly air. We do see on Team 2 side of the map, T2 air almost upgraded to T3, of course T3 and T2. So possible 3 air players, at least 2, which is, again, like I said, kind of what I expect out of a 7v7 game. Actually, it's technically 7v6 with the death of Willow. Usually he's the last dead or the first dead. It's usually one or the other in the cast that I have with him in it. We do have nice little Percy running around with a spearhead and a couple more Percys running around. They're going to back up and deal with that. He's already at 5-star comm with all of the stuff. He's killed 11,000 mass killed. More and more hover tech units having some brawls. It is Mori over here going for T2 PD to secure the western side of the middle. Lots of mexes dead here as well. In terms of eco, Team 1 is slightly in the lead, about 100 mass or so. Partially, of course, driven by Thurnis Haley's 300, but of course he also is on dual base. There have, of course, been mex assassinations all over the place by both of these teams, so numbers aren't as high as they probably once were, but they are, of course, slowly getting back up there. Brick versus Percy with some assisting forces. Percy completely focusing on the mechs. Will not get the shot off to kill off that T2 mechs. There are more inbound. There's also some T1 bombers overhead. So that will slowly help deal with that incoming threat. And it's not a lot, just a couple of forces. And some Team 1 bombers overhead now for Team 2, going after the engineers, assisting Thurnus' comm. He now has gun on board. And Ferv, again, still sticking at the tactical missile phase, not the Billy Nuke phase. We see Citrus over here hanging out. There's one Team 1 sub, but he's essentially regenerating by the time the torpedoes hit him again. So torpedoes hit, he regens, torpedoes hit, he regens, so he's actually not really gonna die by any means. In the east, we see Psychoad underneath some bombardment from some nearby land units that are, not really land units, but we'll just say that they are. Psychoad is going to try to push in. He doesn't have gun on board. He is losing a lot of hit points. Overcharge does help kill off that one, and the gunship will not die. The ASFs were not quick enough to go after it, which means the second one will be wiped out pretty easily. Thurnus builds an experimental again with 350 mass per second. I expect him to be. He is a UEF and Cybrin, because of course his teammate of Willow graciously gave over his base, air quotes, and now he has a Monkey Lord running around. And Team 2, they can stack up Fat Boys very quickly, which could be dangerous. The only issue with that is to push them on the Team 1 side of the map where they'd be more effective, because, mobile artillery bombardment. You need to cross the, disconjointed river, and torpedo bombers are a thing, and I don't know if that'll be the best idea. And then if they don't want to use the water, they can use the land, and they're exposed that way, and there's just the whole thing. So starting, yes, my stimmy what? There's somebody renamed their their upgrades, and yes, it is Ras. Oh, that is such a good name for that. Oh, yes, my stimmy check. Yes, that is definitely aptly named there. Now I have to watch out for more upgrade names. We had Long Range Boom, and maybe we'll see Long Range Bigger Boom or something outbound from the Tactical Billy Nuke. You see in the middle lots of these Riptides holding position. Team 1 PD not really going to stand the test of time, though. Underneath that cruiser and destroyer bombardment. Shield started for buttons. He is the only Aeon in the game. So Team 1, again, only access to Cybrin and Aeon tech. And, of course, being an Aeon, which means if he gets in a fight with a comm, he has the best range advantage if he gets to that upgrade. Which, kind of surprising he hasn't gone for it yet. But he is losing... Actually, that's Citrus's position, but he's losing a lot of territory over here. He really needs to get up in the faces of his opponents. We do see T3 Air online for him now, so maybe Restorers are going to be the name of the game for him. That'd be the second air player for Team 1 if Thurnus doesn't go for T3. And it looks like T2, a lot of players building T2 Air now, just to have access to at least either Janus or if you're Mui fighter bombers, which he doesn't have that, but he's focused on land. And he's producing a lot of those Yenzine. And, of course, the T2 flak that can float, or not float, but hover. Destroyers and cruisers ripping apart all of the hover tech units here for... Who is that? That is XRAR. He's being pushed back a little bit. Nobody died except for Willow before 20 minutes, so almost a 20-minute game with no deaths. Almost. That almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, of course, because that's just how those work. In the north, we have more and more units just, again, hovering around. Nothing too crazy. We do see some governors online, and they have the infinite missile glitch. There are, of course, the combination of some zappers and volcanoes, which I think are the best combo of TMD. The volcano can grab multiple missiles, and the zapper have the best range. But unfortunately, more TMD needs to be deployed to focusing the volcano. Ooh, and that one actually takes it out. Unfortunate. We do see those gunships moving in. Of course, there's some flak on board the Sirens, but unfortunately that's a lot of gunships, and Team 2 does not have the AA nearby. Ooh, not great. We also see some T2 gunships in the mix as well. Those Stingers, not bad. They're definitely not something that I would build spammy. Oh, I would build them spammy. I would not build them as the main gunship, just because they're not as effective. Monkey Lord goes, okay, going back in the water now. Sorry for zooming in and out. I was thinking about going somewhere else and get distracted. The Percys take out the naval headquarters. Nice grab there from XRAR, denying the Navy. So far, nobody on the eastern side in this game is going to have any sort of fun in the water today. Western side, we still see the facility online for Ferv. Again, he's producing some Coopers and some cruisers, the Governors. And that Governor is somehow still... Oh, no, and dead. Never mind. T2 Navy. I think I jinxed it here for Ferv. Apologies, but I think nobody's going to have fun in the water today. And more units inbound from Team 1. Yoji, of course, transporting them over, just like I said, would be a nice idea. Just, again, a short jump versus a longer jump in terms of transporting units. Missile outbound, going to hit one of the bricks. Almost kills off a second one, but does kill off one of them. There is another brick inbound. Ooh, the facility trying to be healed up, and it looks like Ferv will keep it. Nice assistance there from the missile. I think if it wasn't for that, he would have lost it. I'm upgrading, says Strider. In the upgrade naming scheme, he's at T2, and maybe we'll see what he says for T3. Looks like air favors Team 2 ever so slightly, but of course there are 2 air players now, and Team 2 loses a player in the middle of the map. No way that's a nuke. If that is XRAR, he was just hanging out over here. I don't know why, but he is dead, and it is now a 6v6 game. We have chickens and more monkeys for Team 1. 2 more outbound from Thurnis. And that chicken is almost dead. The shield actually saved that chicken being online when it was. And Team 2 now being forced back in the middle. Of course, this will give another base to Moi. It is a now 6v6 tied-up game. Nice snipe by Thurnis, and he's moving in with that Monkey Lord. He may get to the T2 air headquarters here for Moi, but I don't think he'll make it that far. There are a lot of gunships inbound. Team 2 doesn't have any ASF nearby, so that's going to be a dead monkey. And maybe he could have tried to make it back in the water, but he's going to try to inflict some pain. And he'll probably get maybe a couple of mexes. Maybe he'll get the T3 land headquarters. It's going to be close. Laser, of course, just kind of haphazardly going after whatever it can shoot at. And he will focus the headquarters. It's going to be close. Oh, he gets it at the last second and ends up crushing that facility. Of course, there's a T3 Seraphim one up there, so still has access to T3 engineers and the like. 2 monkeys and a chicken walk into a bar, and they kick the doors down. Monkey load over here in the west for Bro B. More missiles still raiding in from Ferv. And, of course, actually, Moi has... No, he didn't go for missile. That was Yoji. I keep thinking Yoji's the Seraphim. I usually see him play as a Seraphim, so that is why I was like, wait, isn't that... Nope. Team 1 in the south, nothing too critical except a couple of inbound units from Psychoad. Again, just deploying some Riptides. Quad mech position down. Trimech position has been at least secured. And more stuff just being pushed back. Again, this is going to be more of the weaker front for Team 1 just because it's kind of hard to hold. It's in the corner of the map. Yeah, there's a decent amount of mass, but there's not really a big presence here. We do see a couple of units crossing the river here. Psychoad hanging out with Nano and Missile. Overcharges, almost goes off that Percy. And that Percy's like, okay, fine, I'll go back in the water. I'm upgrading again, says Strider. And gunship fight. Actually, no gunship fight. ASF fight. And the ASFs are just spinning over here. Gunships being ripped apart. Nice grab there from Velarone. And the monkey has been protected. The T2 naval headquarters for Ferv will be wiped out. It will not get a extra life. It will not pass go. It will not collect $200. No soup for you. There it goes. Looks like most of the cruisers have shifted eastward, trying to secure the middle, at least help out. A couple of options down the middle, speaking of which, taking out the front line facilities for Yoji, coincidentally enough. Thought it was Mui stuff, but I guess not. We do see land invasion, of course, has continued to materialize and hold for Yoji. Monkey is inbound. There are more and more gunships, and of course, with 6 UEF players, there's going to be a lot of those gunships, those broadswords, those nasty gunships running around. That monkey might make it to water. I don't know if he'll make it or not. He does have a tall body. He's dropping hit points pretty quickly. He's at 4-star vet, which is probably the only reason why he's still alive. And he does make it underneath the surface, but heavily wounded. So probably not going to make an appearance for a while, if at all. Megalith here in the west for a Bro B. We haven't seen, I was going to say, any Colossi yet, but a Nuke is outbound from somewhere on the map. And wouldn't you know it, the guy with dual bases, or at least the one who had the first dual base, it is Thurnis right next to his air crew, getting an SMD online immediately. Definitely a smart idea there. And it is outbound. Most likely for the Rigard air slot player, there is an SMD. It is not loaded. Will it be loaded in time? But there's a counter nuke online here for Strider, almost loaded. SMD being heavily assisted. I don't know. That nuke is already overhead. It's going to go for the air grid and the nuke. And of course we know, we can see Strider's like, I can see it. SMD not going to load in time. Will it clip the comm? No, but kaboom! It does EMP him a little bit. Nice grab there. Probably 60, 70,000 mass on board that nuke. Ooh, 76. There we go. That's a lot of mass kill. Team 2, that's the only SMD that I see so far. So Psycho is vulnerable and Ferv is vulnerable. And yeah, I do think Yoji is also vulnerable in his main base. So these two players, obviously, and 3 actually going to go for SMDs immediately. We also see, of course, Little Guy is also vulnerable. The SMD will load. Oh, never mind. There is a newly minted SMD right here. So that should protect both these players and more engineers coming in to assist that. Gunships starting to roam around Team 2's northern side. Of course, those broadswords are nasty little things. Again, not good in terms of the AA department, but you put them over land units and they will eviscerate. Team D being spammed up here. Lots of those flares being deployed. There's just not that many cruisers, so it's not going to be terrible. And I would love to maybe see some loyalists deployed just to redirect some of that missile fire. But, you know, those cruisers do have TMD on board. I love how this one is named the Kraken, and they're all named Jormungandr. Yep, and then the Kraken. Looks like those are Ferv's only 2 names for those. 11,000 mass kill with this comm. Does have a missile loaded, ready to fire. Will he go for Billy Nuke? It is almost 30 minutes. Apologies. We should see it here shortly. Navy has been redeployed by Team 2 Psychoad. I don't know if he'll keep it. Team 1 has a Fat Boy, and that thing might actually be in range. Active backlash. Yeah, he's going to get it in range, and that facility is DED. Regardless if the Corsairs get it or not from Belarone, that is a dead facility. So that is no fun in the water for anybody. Period. End of story. Full stop. We do see a Monkey Lord to the north. That's the actually one that's been weakened for a little bit. He's back up into the yellow. And Crab has been deployed as well. I think Yoji's on a transport. Yep, getting out of dodge. Weakened transport. Never recommend, but it's, you know, if you have a choice between a weekend or nothing, I'll choose the weekend every day of the week. Not weekend, but weekend. Meaning damaged. Meaning not full health. Meaning you could die easily. Or easier. ASF shadowing the gunships. I do like this approach when we have one player on Team 2 having control of the gunships and one player having control of the air. That way you don't have to deal with microing the gunships and the air. You can just micro one and the other. The Monkey will not make it a second time. Way too much firepower. There it goes. The Crab got underwater very quickly. Shield heavy coming on board for Buttons this comm. Team 1 sitting at 6 players left, losing Willow first. Team 2 also at 6 players left, with XR being killed shortly thereafter. I think it was about 21 or so minutes. Team 1, mass, income, 2K, 2.1. Team 2, same situation. We have a nuke launch, so we'll see where that ends up going. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game or where this nuke is going to go. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, like the video and subscribe to the channel. And it is going for the little guy, not going for Psychoad. His SMD is here. It is not loaded. It was just newly built. It will be out of range of that SMD. This one was spam loaded, and they're now, again, 6 UEF players. Somebody's going to go for it. There's the Novax. You love them, you hate them. There they are. Corsairs running around for Velarone, coincidentally enough. Here comes the nuke. Kaboom! Takes out the base for the little guy. And Their satellite will be spotted by Team 1, so not a great situation yet. Everyone's like, hey, there's a satellite here. Go after it. There's already a satellite for Team 1, so never mind. Team 2 was not the first one to go for it. And we see Active Backlash go for the long stage engagements. And it's going to be a nice little Duke started here for him. This game is really, really starting to kick off. Cloaking coming online for Broby. He's probably going to sit in the back line. No way he's going to assault Team 2's position unless they knock out all the Omnis, which, I don't know. I've had this conversation before about cloaking and attacking. If you can guarantee all the Omnis are dead, that's a different story, but there's one back there. There's one there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be one over here shortly and maybe even one over here. So that's 4 of them. Hey, there it is. The customary Ferv maneuver. The tactical nuke has now been started for Ferv's comm. Did he end up naming it something? A long-range boom boom. So it's long-range boom and then long-range boom boom. He should name it long-range kaboom is what he should name it. But anyway, food for thought there. 13,000, 10,000. Oh, gets underneath the surface. But there are some torp bombers inbound, and that will probably kill off. Yep, there it is. There goes that crab. Team 2 is going to eat good tonight in the mass department. Speaking of a reclaim, what? Pretty even. 127, 120, 150 for Team 2. In terms of the mass in reclaim. And Psycho being assailed by a bunch of Percys doesn't actually just take the one tap for, looks like, active backlash. Oh, okay, well, never mind. All I have to do is say something, and usually it'll happen. So Team 2 loses another player. Nice grab there. Active backlash just sent everything he had right across the water and called it a day. The eastern side for Team 2 is collapsing. The next front line's probably going to be right about here. So that's going to be an entire player's worth of eco just evaporated for Team 2's coffers. Not a great situation to be in. We do see another crab in the middle of the map for Team 1's Broby, taking out the rest of those water-based vessels, not allowing them to stay alive much longer. Lots of riptides for Thurnis, lots of flag, decent amount of Othams, and 2 chickens. I did see 4 chickens over here for Mui, though. That's going to be a lot. T3 artillery online. Everything is just, I can't keep up with it at this point. I might have to slow things down a little bit. Second artillery has been started by Mui, and it's underneath the SMD coverage. Love the Venn diagram shielding. Of course, you know, it kind of dual covers it, essentially, which is a good tactic to do. But, of course, it's a little bit more annoying. You just don't put a shield next to the thing and call it good. You have to kind of space it just a little bit. Artillery trying to target the air grid for Velarone. It is starting to be shielded. Oh, that shield just got annihilated. One tapped by that artillery piece. Of course, they're being upgraded. They are T2. They are Siren. Ooh, not great. And they, of course, slow to upgrade. The nuke is reloaded, and it is going to fire immediately. The third nuke launch. Will it be the third nuke landed? He might try to go. Yep, he might try to go after the land units. The SMD's over here. It is not loaded. And those chickens are going to move either coincidentally enough or not. So that's going to be a little bit of an oof. But at least at a minimum, it puts the crab in a little bit better position in terms of, hey, there's some units at me. I'm just going to back up and call it a day now. 3 chickens over here for Citrus. He might send them through this narrow gap here. Maybe, maybe not. He might actually just send them forward. And actually, the chickens might actually be fine. But the T3 units, I don't think the T3 units are going anywhere. And by the time this thing lands, it'll take out at least a chunk of the army, favoring Team 1. And here comes the nuke. Boom! Takes out, yeah, pretty much all of those T3 units. No support here for those chickens. Crab already firing at those chickens. And now we see it's a game of wits. The chickens are moving around. There's chickens over there. There's, of course, the crab is falling back. How much HP does Siren Shield have? Not much. Depends what, not level, but ED. What tier, I guess it is. Crab not moving back. That's not great. The chickens are moving in here from Citrus. It might be a sandwich maneuver here. It's not going to go well. The crab actually moving forward. Why is the crab? Why is it? Why? Why is this happening? No, bad. Don't do that. Bad. The chickens are going into the breach. It is 3v3. Chickens alive. There's a lot more support here from Team 1 and Team 2 moving in. There's going to be a bloodbath here. There goes the chicken. There goes the crab. We have the gunship horde is inbound. And that flak is going to definitely work today. Lots and lots of stuff happened in the middle of the map again. Kind of very much disjointed in terms of the environment here. Actually kind of hard to get a nice little thumbnail because there's just stuff in the way. Of course, I'm focusing on this and something else is happening somewhere else. So let me, hey, get this map out of my way. Come on, let's fix this. Come on, there goes the chicken. So team 2 has 2 chickens. Team 1 has pretty much healthy chickens. Ion Storm will activate. It might be fine. This chicken is just going to sacrifice itself, take out these 2, and then call it a day, and these 2 chickens going to head northward. Artillery still landing on the air grid. Part of it was taken out, but actually not too bad. A couple of air facilities, a couple of PGens, definitely worth it for getting shielding online as fast as he did. And he already was getting shielding, but just getting it finalized. Artillery landing on the satellite for Team 2. It is going to be an artillery war shortly, but this one is now done for Active Backlash. Starting another one over here. I do like that it's a little bit further away. I wish it was just maybe down here a bit more, but at least at a minimum it's not, 1, 1, 1, all in the line. It looks pretty for a thumbnail. Magic device. Is he building? Ferv, are you doing what I think you're doing? Are you building teleporter? Yup. He's building teleporter. Do not tell me you're going to telebilly. That would be very entertaining to watch. If it works. Sometimes if it doesn't work, it's also entertaining, but I think I prefer it when the moves actually work versus the attempt is nice to see, but I think, at least from a viewer's standpoint, watching a player do something crazy and it works is definitely a lot better than having someone do it and it doesn't work. Lots of ASFs. Looks like Team 2... Oh, that is the wrong player. That is still the wrong player. 186 ASFs. Team 1's Velarone sitting at 140. So nothing too bad, but the gunships, though. The gunships are the worrisome thing for Team 1. 38 of them. Second artillery piece is online, and he's getting shielded up. He needs another one everywhere, but he's going to go for a third artillery piece. Again, the benefit and the curse is because all of his artillery pieces are in one place, he can just layer shielding. Downside is this SMD goes down, boom, boom happens. Big bad happens. Of course, this SMD's here just as a backup, but bad things happen if that SMD goes down. Laser over top. Ooh, the artillery broke through the shielding. Saffron shielding not worth its weight in gold. And, of course, now Thurnis is just down on power. His nuke is about to load. If that shell lands or if the satellite goes after the nuke, oh, it's going to be... He's got to launch it immediately. He's just got to fire it. Shield comes back online. Shield goes offline anyways. Got to fire that nuke. It's going to be wasted. If it sits in its silo, now we see the artillery targeting the artillery from Team 1. Kill these mechs with crabs as buttons, so just running around the northern side and just sniping some eco. Chickens move in. The chicken staging facility here for Team 2's Mori is being assailed. Gunship pulled back to deal with this. Lots of lightning tanks now inbound, and that chicken needs to go just a tiny bit further. That chicken just finished? Wait, hold on. Is it going to have an ion storm? Hold on. No, it doesn't. Okay, it just had the animation. Lots of gunships going down. Those lightning tanks are vicious. There's also a lot of flak in here as well, so really eating those chickens alive. Unfortunately, that SMD is still alive for Team 2 and Team 1's aspect. Second chicken goes down. Those gunships are fleeing. They did their job, but they took heavy losses. Gunships over here dealing with another chicken from Citrus. Really pumping out those chickens there, Citrus. No counter nukes online for Team 2 as of yet. The teleporter is done, and he is loaded, ready to go. We'll see where he ends up launching that. Satellite is, of course, still alive and kicking, and the third artillery piece already in the yellow. So we have one player going for artillery, one going for telebilly, one going for air. Oh, nope, never mind. And nuke, so nuke and air, and it's loaded. So that's a thing. Wait, it looks like Strato took some damage, but I guess not. Grab down the middle, Fat Boy in retreat. The SMD is just right there. Just right there. Let's shoot the thing. Take one SMD out, and then it's one more, and then that air grid is down. The artillery is down. Lots of things are dead. The nuke from Thurnis did take a hit, but it is still alive, and its nuke is still not fired yet. So definitely worrisome. And the artillery from Team 1's, who is that? That is Active Backlash, is going to die here shortly. The laser is down. So Team 2 has the long range advantage by a decent margin, and the air advantage. Land invasion is going well for Team 1. There's more Perseus in the east. Kind of just running amok down there. Not really a lot left from Psychoad's base, but there's something running around. Spy plane's constantly getting a view of what's going on. Ferv going on a Continental. Okay, here we go. Kill, says Mui. Kill, kill, kill. No, says third. Nuke is outbound from Team 1? 2? It's not that nuke. Oh, it is that nuke. Wait, I was looking at that thing. What the heck? Weird. Anyway, Nuke is outbound. SMD is dead. The frontline one is. And did that one also get sniped? No, it did. It's oh, it's not. It's not loaded. Oh no! I thought that one was loaded. Maybe he fired another nuke at some point, and it. No, it didn't get shot down. It must have been killed off at some point. I don't see any damage nearby. No. Okay, well there is a wreck there, I guess. Satellite might have taken it out. I don't know. But that's going to be a deadly nuke. SMD probably still going to be in range, but 2.5 artillery pieces. That's dead and gone. And some strat bombers in the mist. Boom! Got to love it. And there was a counter nuke launched by Team 2. That nuke is dead. Unfortunately for Team 1. Oh, nope. The SMD might grab it. Nope. It fired it. There it is. Oh. Crazy SMD. Will it work? Ah, got it. Okay, that was close. Shields, though. Doing so at 396,000 damage done by that nuke launcher. Where's Ferv's comm? Where did you go? Kaboom happened. Looks like that is somebody over here. Oh, that's Ferv over here. Okay. He's teleporting. Where is he? He's going back. And we have a bunch of Janus inbound to assist this Perseus engagement. Wow, look at all that Janus. That is just a hole into the, the nether regions or something, like a small black hole. Okay, he went back to base. So he just got over there, threw a Billy nuke, and then left. Where he says teleport. Teleport where? No idea. Now we see, of course, Team 1 doesn't have to worry about artillery pieces so far. Start already. I have infinite masses, Mui. And maybe we'll see Maeve, or maybe. Maybe we'll see it. Again, 6 UEF players on one team. No one builds a Maver would be just a crime. It would be a crime not to do that, or at least attempt it. We have everything else. We have nukes. We have satellites. We have fat boys. We have telebillies, or kind of telebillies. We have strap bombers stacking up. We have, again, a nuke being loaded once more. So it's just, we have all of the elements of UEF tech. No Neptunes, though. Definitely unfortunate. Or Atlantes, or Atlantis, whatever you want to call it. Atlantises. But there is a crab sitting underneath the surface of the water. Fat Boy over here deploying a bunch of parashields. Love to see that extra protection. Still not seeing anything for... Oh, he's getting... Oh, I guess he helped load his Billy nuke. Wonder where he's going. Again, I want to see a Telebilly air fight over the top here for Team 1 and Team 2. Looks like Team 1's ASF kind of caught a little bit by surprise there. Strat bombers are going to be the main focus. Looks like they're going to go after Velarone. I don't know what they were going for, but Team 2 will win the air fight because of that, and that's what they wanted. They wanted Team 1 to be distracted by the bombers, and they did. And yep, Beta says buttons. Yeah, now it's unfortunate, but it does happen, and there's more ASFs online for Yoji, so that is going to be a huge win for Team 2. Granted, yes, they have a lot of gunships, but it's going to take a minute to stack those up. And there's another Billy nuke inbound from Ferv, it looks like. And that's going to land kill off a couple of maybe some Othams and Flak, but nothing too mission critical. Another nuke outbound. It's from Team 2 this time. This is launching on this position, trying to take out Team 1's nuke. And they probably will get it. This nuke has not been loaded, and there is not one en route. So that nuke will be killed off. And the nuke gets fired. You got to fire it immediately, or at least very, very soon, because it's going to die on the vine, as it would be. Another attack inbound from Citrus. There's a lot of Fat Boy fire, and it's starting to stack up. We always do see Ferb going for his satellites as well. We have 3 of them so far for Team 2. Another nuke outbound. Yep, it is from Team 1's Thurnis. He knows it's dead. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's going to try to split the difference between the artillery and the nuke. It'll probably get... Oh, it might... Oh, it does get almost both. Kaboom! It takes out the shielding at least. So then the satellites can come and take out the artillery piece. But nice grab there. Again, a vexing thing from Team 1 side of the map eliminated. So Team 2 no longer has to deal with it. But again, that nuke more than paid for itself for the time, the effort, all of that. SMD not loaded. Artillery trying to be redeployed. Unfortunately, it's going to be denied. It could have gone after the air grid. Actually, maybe could have actually gone after that nuke, but in hindsight, kaboom! That's a lot of P-Gens dead, though. And that means Moi's power is dead. Ooh, not good. Not good. Start artillery. I have infinite mass. Still there. Come on. 43 minutes on the clock. Somebody's going to want to build a game ender at some point. We have the Aeon player of Buttons. He has an artillery piece online. Nice little emissary. Now this is shielding. Look at the amount of shielding around. Oh, that doesn't help for Broby. It looks like he has some power issues. Lots of shielding. And, of course, upgrading to the ED5s, the best T3 shielding for the Cyberns. And no Paragons, no Game Enders, no Mavors, no YOLOs, no nothing. I see nothing on either side of the map so far. It is unfortunate. In a 7v7 game, no one's going to go for it. It's almost disappointing. It's not almost. It is disappointing. Shielding around the... Nuke is going down. Nuke has been reloaded. 63,000 mass killed. Definitely paid for itself with that one nuke. And in the north, Colossus online. Maybe the first one of the game. I haven't been paying attention too much to the western side. Oh, the Janus. Project Janus is alive and well, and that is being baked in. Holy fire. That's a dead Colossus. No escaping the... black hole that is the Janus fire. Dang. Must be about, I'd say 50. 63. Dang. Look at those things. Just devastating. Novax won't get through, says Moi. No, the shielding's too strong. You need something more punching. And second artillery piece is almost online. And, of course, there is a lot of some... This one has a cloaking suite online, interestingly enough. This is what we like to see. Emissaries on the edge of the world. Lots of shielding. Love to see it. Again, spend all that mass, time, energy into something. Might as well protect it with as much as you got. We have some T3 AA being deployed very far forward to deal with all the Janus running around. And we see 2 dead Fat Boys, a crab, and a chicken over here. Engagement didn't get too far into Team 2 side, but that's more mass for somebody to scoop up. Team 1, 2.8, 2.9. Team 2, 1.6. Income's not great. And Team 1 is now in the lead for eco, or not eco, but mass reclaimed. Lots and lots of stuff being deployed by both teams, but... 2 artillery pieces. Third one going to be redeployed. This is going to be Team 1's active backlash's 3rd artillery piece. Second one on the same slot. But, man, just being punished by Team 2's artillery and satellites. Another attack is inbound. I don't think it'll get that far. There's a Fat Boy, a couple of them over to the north. And more Fat Boys being deployed all the time. Little guy trying to rebuild over here to the east. And, of course, those 2 nukes essentially wiping out Moi's any chance of going for artillery. Again, another satellite going to be started by Yoji. Nobody is going for it. Why is nobody going for it? Ooh. Ooh, it's starting to pierce the shielding here for Team 2. Load SMD, says Buttons. How's that nuke going? Nuke. Oh, there it is. There's the nuke launching. Let's watch it in all of its glory.
Strategic launch.
There it is. Thank you for saying my name, announcer. Love to hear it. Chicken is just standing, taking Ravager fire. Probably not the best thing to do by any means. Gunships are inbound from the north from, who's that, Strider. If I didn't point out earlier with the death of Psychoad, it is a 5v6 in favor of Team 1. Boom Nuke moving in to assist as well, trying to target all of those engineers and everything else running around. And Nuke is outbound. Oh, did you not? So there's this thing called an SMD that you use to defend against a nuke. And you're telling me you didn't load the thing? Disappointing. That is just, oh, that's disappointing. It's going to land another one there just for good measure. Boom! Just topping off my mic. Everything is dead here. Except this one T3 SACU who's building an SMD. Oh, that is just painful. That's rough. Another nuke is happening again. Same location, it looks like. And we saw the ping from the nuke launch. Very, very unfortunate. Looks like the satellites will survive. One PGen was killed, but nothing too worrisome. And the nuke, 400,000 mass killed. I think we're approaching 1 million mass killed by nukes this game. Lots of dead stuff. Oh, two fat boys almost dead, one after the other over here. Chicken will die. It will kill off this one. That one is almost built. And actually is built. Apologies, its shield comes online. Definitely at a good moment, because that Ion Storm is activated. And there comes the nuke. Kaboom. Just wipes literally just whatever else was there, which is just that SACU. Ooh. Ha ha ha. We killed the support comms. XRAR. The one nuke killed off support comms. I mean, you kill off enough support comms, it makes a difference. Janus Fire baking that crab in Holy Fire. Look at the hit point drop. Just being eaten alive by the fire. Janus are going down, but in one pass, almost wiping it out is impressive. Ooh, and that fat point might actually just finish off that crab. Yeah, that's just insane. 100,000 hit point down. Oh, barely survived. But it's not going anywhere. This little, feather could kill it. Another nuke outbound from Team 2. Where is this one going? It's going right here. Is that SMD loaded? No, it is not. And there's no other SMD nearby for Team 1 over here. So that's going to be another land. Oh, look, satellites being built by Thurnus. And I did notice he is building a Scathus. So many UEF players in this game, and the first end game. I just can't even. Game ender is the Scathus. Not even a Paragon, not even a YOLO. Scathus. And again, shielding isn't super great for Team 2, but still. And that nuke's gonna land. It's probably gonna be. I think it's gonna be a 1 million. And look, he's gonna build more artillery. There it goes. Boom. Kills off the SMD. Kills off actually just a lot of shielding and some PGens. What's his mass total at now? If it crossed, it's almost at 500,000. Ooh, it's close because it was almost 400,000 for Thurnus, and that one's at 500. So it is almost close to 1 million mass killed by nukes. And not even Billy nukes, just nukes. Artillery landing in. And there is a little bit of break of the shielding. Oh, it pops back online. Never mind. I can just stuff it. SMD is being heavily loaded over here for buttons, making sure he doesn't get hit with a nuke. Please tell me somebody's going to build another SMD over here, because this base is probably next. Oh, look, there's one right there. So we've had two glorious nukes in this game. One from Team 1's Thurnus, one from Team 2's Strider. Another nuke outbound. His plan is just nuke, 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 nuke him. Just Duke Nukem at this point. Literally Duke Nukem. But unfortunately that SMD is loaded for Team 2's perspective and is going to shoot down that nuke. So, unfortunate, but again, 500,000 mass killed. Yes, I'm rounding up 1,000. Just absolute monstrosity of mass killed. That Scathis is in the, not home stretch, but it's getting there. Over 50% done. I don't think Team 2 has any idea. Nope. And they have vision right down here as well. They could easily just go whoop, and they can see it. Team 1's Thurnis does have his own artillery piece online, though. That's nice to see. So Team 1 still has 2. Almost done with the third one. Is Mui going to try to go for artillery? No. Oh. Another Billy Nuke down here lands on some Othams. That's never fun. There are a lot of forces stacking up here for Team 1, though, so that is something to be worried about as the game progresses. There is artillery started for the little guy over there to the east. No. Oh, there is artillery being built by Yoji. Okay, so there is artillery being built by Team 2. I am one for Ferv. And thank you for building the shielding. I love to see that. He built essentially all 4 of them by the time that artillery piece is done. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I really wanted him to do a Telebilly something, but I guess not. He's at 32,000 mass killed, though. That's pretty good. And I don't think the artillery is targeting the same thing. One's going after the nuke, and one's going after the artillery up here to the north, it looks like. Shielding is holding for now, and some ASFs get hit by a shell. That's never good. Looks like they're trying to target the emitters. Definitely a good idea there. Probably just target the emitters up here, because this is the more worrisome thing. And that nuke is going to fire soon. It's going to fire immediately after it loads. Yep, there it goes, opening the hatch. And that's Strider's plan. Just nuke, 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 nuke as much as he can. And this one is going same position, so he's going to try to wear down the nukes for Buttons. Buttons getting some PD defenses. He honestly doesn't need them. I mean, there are SACUs that can teleport. I guess, you know, Seraphim are kind of annoying to deal with in that regard. But he doesn't have to worry about telemasers. Team 1 has access to that only. And Team 1 still has Broby and Fellerone that can telemaser, so that is an option still. Artillery here for Buttons is in the yellow, so it's about 50% done. Focus SMD says Ferv. Ooh, yep, that would be a good grab. That one is loaded. There are more shielding being deployed on the northern side of that one artillery piece. This one in the green. It looks like Thurnis also built assisting more SMDs. But the Scathis is done almost. 51.5 minutes will probably be the moment of completion. Yep, there it is. Almost 51.5 minutes on the dot. And the Scathis, you got 2 good targets. You got the everything over here that is Yoji and Ferv, and you got the everything. Ooh, and the shielding is down. Perfect opportunity to knock out everything over here. And there's more gunship sitting over there. Lots of Janus, of course, sitting for Yoji. The shielding is crumbling. It's popping on and off. Scathis fire should be inbound. There it is. And it looks like it's going after Yoji and Fur. It's going after Yoji in first position. More shielding, says Psycho. Yep. Definitely more. Never, ever, never, ever, 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 ever assume you have enough shielding. Ever. I don't care if you have a Paragon, 2 Paragons that have like a bunch of shielding around it. Does not matter. Looks like Team 2's, who's that? That'd be Mui Control Ks. Don't know what that's about. Probably saw the Scathis and was like, nah, I'm good. So Team 1 has, of course, the 2 standard T3 artilleries. They're soon going to have an Emissary. They're soon going to have another Duke, and they have a Scathis. And 2 satellites. Yoji finishes an experimental. If it's a Mavor, I'd be surprised. Oh, there goes Ferv. No, that's him. Yoji Control Ks. Ferv is hanging out next door to him, and that Scathis fire is raining in. I mean, the shielding could be deployed. Strider Control Ks, leaving Ferv and the little guy, the remaining players on Team 2. I'll give it a moment before I say how many players. It's the 6v whatever. But I guess we'll see if somebody else. Nobody else Control K yet. It is a 6v2 game. It is a 3-to-1 advantage. So if both of the Cybran comms for Team 1 teleporting with a telemaser and they kill somebody and they die in the process, Team 1 will still win the game with 4 players remaining. The nuke is still online. 499,000 mass kill with that. Almost a million. We didn't get to it, I don't think, in this game. I think it was, again, a little bit less than that for the one from Thurnis. It is unfortunate we didn't get to a million mass destroyed that way, but hey, pretty close is better than not at all. There's a lot of shielding being upgraded and deployed for Velarone. And he, of course, has... He has stealth. He doesn't have cloaking. Never mind. I guess it doesn't matter because those satellites would see him anyways. But, I mean, there are 2 artillery pieces online for Team 2 now. Oh, he's going to do it. He's going to teleport. Where's he going? Where's he going? He's going back. That's not going to be enough. There's way too much shielding. I mean, I'm going to love the attempt, of course, but there's no way that's enough shield. That's enough damage for a Billy Nuke. There's just no way. Okay, there he goes. He teleported. Billy Nuke is away, and he's going to load another one. He's going to teleport away. I don't know what he's going to do. Oh, shielding is starting to be kind of broken through by the satellites. I mean, it's on -3. I think I can speed it up just a little bit more. And the ASFs move out of range. Oh, some ASFs do get caught in the blast. Not enough. And FAF is teleporting out of there. He did kill off some mass, though. I just don't think it's enough. Oh, some mass extractors go down for Thurnis. Or mass fabricators go down, apologies. Not enough firepower. He needed, like, the perfect arrangement of the shielding going down just as the missile ran in. And I don't think the Billy Nuke has enough power to one-tap Scathis. I don't know. There he goes. He's gone. Nuke him, says Buttons. But Team 1 doesn't have a nuke anymore. Thurnis lost his. TMD says Borobi. Yeah, he's going to build TMD, and that's going to be the end of the Billy Nukes. Chickens charging through the front door. Artillery still not done in the east. Actually, looks like it got hit. So it's almost... yeah, it's not going to be built in time. This section of the grid is gone for FAF. The nuke is about to go down. There he goes. Nuke is dead. And the remaining stuff for Team 2 is coming down. Chickens are inbound for the little guy. That's a lot of chickens for one guy. And I think, unfortunately, it is a thing of sadness. 6 UEF players, and no one built a Mavor, or at least tried to. It is unfortunate. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. All those Janus going down. But just no one wants to build a Mavor. Why not? This is 2025. Come on. Somebody's gonna want to build it. There goes the little guy. He's losing hit points very quickly. The chicken's gonna get him. Oh, nope. He does die. Okay, I was gonna say the chicken died almost right before he did. One or the other. Yeah, I think the shot went, the chicken died, and then he died. But all those gunships are going to take out the chickens. That's great. And then FAF goes, nope, see y'all, bye. And that is the game, folks. 55 minutes, almost on the dot. Team 1 wins the game. And MVP for me, I mean, the nukes in this game were just, they were great, and they were painful. They were painful to watch, but they were glorious to see. You know, getting that doable base for Thurnis definitely helped set Team 1 in a great place. You got another artillery piece online, by the way. And, yeah, the Scathis was great to get for Velarone, but I don't think it was the end-all, be-all. I mean, even if he didn't build that, we have over here to the west Buttons going for more artillery. Thurnis was going for more artillery. So the game probably would have gone on for a couple more minutes, but I think the result would have been the same. Team 2 wasn't going for a game ender. They weren't going for any big things. I mean, we saw the one nuke being spam loaded by Strider, but nothing too much besides that. So, you know, it also didn't help that Moise triple artillery piece got knocked out. Same thing for Buttons. No, they had a dual one, to be fair, but, you know, tomato potato. But I think Thurnis Haley gets it. The nuke definitely set the tone for the game. Regardless of which team won, I would have probably given it to Strider had Team 2 won, just because that nuke was just beautiful. Beautiful. But let me know down in the comments who you would pick. Again, Thurnis gets the MVP for me. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'm so glad to use a mouse instead of an Xbox controller. I am never, ever, ever, ever going to forget a mouse again. And I will see all of you in the next one.